Uh, Tuesday, second week of December 2017. Today's topic is rhymes and crimes from the verbology of the Tower Watch satanic beings, or the verbology of the satanic beings. The satanic beings are stocks of beings that I have suffered from and continue to suffer from, is the black hood terrestrial beings. They really are terrestrial beings. They are a black hood terrestrial being that have generated from South America to North America, kind of 50 states and Canada and so on. These are black goo based. I should say black goo based. From when I have encountered them on Earth, and they made it clear, they made it known to me that they are a little bit different. They are very dense skin in the sense that they're black goo based dense skin. They are dense nerves. Dense nerves are hideous nerves. They are hate nerves. They are torture nerves. They are bestiality nerves. They are criminal nerves and criminal frequencies that they use on a targeted person to subjugate a targeted person to criminality or to the criminal system. They are cause stalkers. They are gang stalkers. Next to the black hood are a lot of different levels of indigenous beings, satanic indigenous beings of the indigenous of nations. And you can all figure out the indigenous of nations, but these again are black goo based. They are far more dense in skin. Their belief system is satanic. They don't want people to know their satanic system outright directly because it's against the constitutional system. So they use these covert systems like the voice-to-skull technology, voice-to-vocals, because if they hack into voice-to-skull, they can say any kind of shit they want. Okay, they can, it's hideous. That's why I try to explain it in small pieces or in small clips, because it isn't easy to explain on a larger scale, you know, or in an elaborate lecture. So next to the indigenous beings are the archons. The archons are the fluffy-nosed South American satanic beings, archontic-based, black goo-based beings. They're very satanic. They look down on humanity terribly. So they look, I was the targeted person, I was the subject. They looked into my DNA, they hacked into my skull, voice-to-skull technology. They hacked into my throat for speech. They locked my HEART so they could pump in their energy, because it's their energy that can turn a person into a slave type of person. So they would talk their stuff. They looked into they called it the life scan. So they life scanned my DNA energy. When they're life scanning your DNA energy as a targeted person, you can also see that life scan yourself. It's very much your energy system, and your energy system is your energy DNA, from which you can pretty much read out from your birth to your present time and so much else, okay? So with that being said, they look at your terminology you have learned or vocabulary you have learned over the years, over your lifetime, and they look at your verbology, your intellectual system, and your intellectual sense. Sad part is they rhyme it with crimes, okay? With criminal terminology, with criminal verbology, almost everything most words in the English language can be rhymed with criminal terminology. And then they used, of course, the fray effects. If I said, I am going to find, F-I-N-D, they would say, I am going to fine. The archon would say, I am going to fine, F-I-N-E. The fine, F-I-N-E and F-I-N-D can be frayed very easily in a targeted individual's controlled conscience. It becomes like that. So it's, I don't really have examples of rhyming and criming in its terminology and vocabulary. I can't really do that, or in its verbology, or it's in notion. They call it the notions and potions. It's very American tactic, very American, continental American concept. Most people, when it comes to the continental Americas, from its southern continent to its northern continent, they always like to blame the northern continent. It just seems to be the thing to do. But to me, when I look at these terrestrials are so much from the southern continent as they are from the northern continent, and so much across the globe, that you can't just blame the 50 states. You know, it's the responsibility of the populations of both South and North American continents to expose these beings, whether it's the archons, whether it's the reptilians, whether it's the HOODs. They must be exposed in transparency to the billions of its people. Our Constitution is very novel, it's very godly, it makes a lot of promises to our humanity. We need to live up to that by exposing its anti-constitution. We have to expose the anti-constitution. To expose the anti-constitution is to expose the hoodlums, that the hoodlums aren't just a hoodlums, they are a demonic terrestrial power. That the hoodlums shouldn't have the power to dictate from Tower Watch. It's awful. Then you have the archons, the indigenous. They have a terrible satanic dictatorship from the Tower Watch on humanity, both through the corporations, the logos, so much of our humanity's ethics, our humanity's integrity, our humanity's kindness, and its unkindness, it is terribly dictated by the unkind terrestrials of the Tower Watch. And these Tower Watch are shape-shifting beings, they are shape-shifting beings, they are terribly unkind beings. But as human beings, we must still strive to expose these beings. It's, it's better if we expose these beings on a collective, as a collective human community, than to have to go at it as targeted people. So, I think that's it for today. You guys have a good day.